Oh, sorry. Oh, my audio was off. Good evening, everybody. Wow. Wow. Like Issa would say, wow. Welcome to Talk the Ting. We're back again, like Pepsi. Six show, six leagues. I'm by myself for now. Brad's going to be joining us in a little bit. As you guys can see, I'm an Eagles fan. I know my partner Hadley not too happy about that loss we gave them yesterday. We gave the Ravens yesterday. But before we go into any football talk, we'll give everybody an opportunity to join. We'll give people an opportunity to share the live on YouTube, on Facebook. Um, I see people already giving me comments about my 4-0. Don't worry, we'll get to that. Pep in, Pep in. All right, all right, all right. You can talk about Pep. We want everybody to call in. You guys to give your opinions. I try to make it a little bit easier on everybody. So if you look on your top, I guess it will be a top right hand corner of the video. You'll see a QR code. You guys could scan that, and you guys could join us live. Also, I try to shorten the link a little bit, so you'll see it scrolling across the bottom there. Make it very easy for you guys to join in and call us. We want you guys. We want to make this an interactive show. It's not just myself and my co-hosts, giving our opinions on sports, but we want you guys to be we want this to be an interactive show. Okay. So with that said, we had a quite interesting weekend in football. We had some big results. We had a big game this weekend with Liverpool and Man City. We're gonna talk a little bit tonight about Man City. We're gonna talk about Pep, some of the changes he made in his recent squad. We're gonna talk a little bit about the rumors that we're hearing that he and some of his players or one of his players might have been in a physical altercation, which possibly led to that player being dropped over the weekend. We'll talk about the lack of play time for KDB, right, for Kevin De Bruyne and all that stuff, right? There's a lot of stuff we could talk about, but again, like I said, I don't want to just be me just talking about the football, because I know we have a lot of football fans in Dominica, and we want to make sure that we are able to give everybody the opportunity to speak on their teams and share their opinions, right? The whole point of the show is for us to be interactive. I know we don't have a lot of discussions on WhatsApp, on Facebook, back and forth about football. This is the opportunity, everybody, to come on and speak about your team and what do you think, right? So give us your views. Brad, what is it good?
Yes, I did, man. I did. Yeah. Still
As
top
you
of
can
the
see, I have my Eagles gear, I had a little, to feel a little good, Last night we passed on them, on the
yeah.
Ravens, They thought they was going to beat us, but it didn't work. But yeah, man, I was just kind of getting the people started. Like I said, you guys, we really want you guys to join us. So just look at the link that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. You could also scan the QR code on the top right hand corner and join us and give us your views. All right. And with that said, I guess Brad, we can go into the results, some of the main results of the weekend.
Yeah.
Um, I think this time we'll start with the biggest game of the weekend. Let's start with the biggest game of the weekend, which is the Liverpool Man City game.
Yeah. Comprehensive victory.
Comprehensive victory, and there's a lot of talking points coming out of this game. Um, not only that Liverpool is now what? How many points clear on top of the table there?
Uh,
11 points clear.
9 points clear.
Yeah, 9 points clear on top of the table. With 13 games gone. Obviously, we know that there's a lot of there are a lot of games left, right? But still, that's still a significant lead at the top of the table there.
Well,
So, as a Liverpool fan, brother, it's your synopsis.
well, in my opinion, start of the season, new manager coming in, we were the underdogs, City were the favorites. A lot of people thought this year Arsenal would do it. So we cautiously optimistic, man. We're not saying we're going to win the league. We were a nice cushion. We're looking to keep it going, but anything can happen still.
Brad. So while you're saying that, we want to make sure we have somebody calling in there. I want to bring them in. I think
Yeah.
it might be a city. Let me see. Gills, what is it with? Can you hear us? Oh, sorry. Hey, can you hear us? Hello. Okay, Gills doesn't look like Gills ready yet. Anyway, go ahead, Brad.
Yeah. I just saying, we can anything can happen still, injuries. So we cautiously optimistic, man. A lot of people want Liverpool fans to say we're the favorites, we're going to win them kind of thing. But over the years, we experienced too much for us to make that mistake so early in
Yeah.
the season. 13 games in, we're doing well so far. But for me, City still the favorites. So they've been and they come back.
Well, I mean, the saying in sports goes until you beat them, they still it's the favorite, right? So I agree with that. I agree with that. Until somebody else can win the league, then they're the favorite. I
Yeah,
agree. But then a lot of other talking points coming out of that game. So we had um we had Pep showing Liverpool fans the
yeah.
six trophies. What you think about that?
I think it's just some cracks in the armor, man. When everything going well, it's easy to maintain your composure. But right now, seven games without a win, six losses on the bounce. You get a little nervous. The Anfield crowd was singing, you're getting sacked in the morning, so he tell them, well, he win six titles. So I mean, he right.
Well, I mean, it's funny because it's funny because I think a lot of those coaches a little thin skin, when everything going nice,
Yeah,
and many of us, right? I mean, I can't say it any different, Obviously, when your team losing, that's something that you enjoy. So Pep Pep now I think has more than anything now to show that he can rebuild a team
yeah,
because the main core of his team, the guys are older, they kind of pass their best. You have guys like KDB constantly not starting the biggest games for Man City, which is basically unheard of over the last few years.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so I mean, we have to see, how it goes for Man City. But I think if any Man City fans in the chat, hey, call us in, give us all the views. We want to hear what you guys think. When you guys was winning, there was a lot of talk and stuff. I want to hear what the Man City fans think. We have a lot of activity there in the chat there, see there. I'll go in on there. Let me see if I can.
we
Let
don't
me
have,
see.
much Man City fans.
No man, I wouldn't say it's thin skin. You have to give the crowd same
I know we have
communication.
a Man City fan watching. We have one watching. A former Chelsea fan turned Man City fan turned Chelsea fan turned Man City fan. He watching.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Boy. Well, I mean, listen, we have a lot of people who haven't seen other teams win, right? Over the last, you could say 10 years, City has kind of been there and thereabout, there and thereabout. So we have to kind of see how it plays out, the next few days. But I heard a rumor today that Ederson and Pep was in a fight or something like that.
they saying the scratches on his head was an altercation if a player supposed to be Ederson, and that's why they drop him for the Liverpool game.
Wow, 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 wow.
Be something else.
We have somebody trying to join the chat there. And remember, when only join people is a family show, okay? So no foul language, please. All right. Yes, I Taj, go ahead. Caller. You're live.
Um, you guys can see me?
We can't see
We
you.
can see,
We
but we
can
can
hear
hear.
you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think my camera.
All right. When Taj get his thing set up, he can
You
jump back in with us. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that rumor about the man not being fighting with a player, that's kind of unheard of. I haven't really heard a manager fighting with a player physically.
Well, you know what's also unheard of is Pep losing 5 games in a row. So we new territory there, anything is possible.
Wow, 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 wow. Hey, Taj, if you want to join, your device wasn't connected, so just try to rejoin, end and join back with us. We'll put you back on. Yeah. So that game, I mean, the two scorers you had was who in that game? You had a penalty from Salah,
Yeah.
right? And then I said it again.
Gakpo.
And then Gakpo, yeah, Gakpo. Yeah. I mean, Liverpool. It's funny, because I think Liverpool played. I was saying only that when we play Liverpool, every chance they got, they took half chances. Everything was going in the goal. Salah
Yeah.
got one-on-ones in this game and fluff his lines. Virgil had a couple good headers that he could have scored. One hit the post, you know. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's all luck against all you, but City,
Remember, Man United, as much as City are the ones having success, Man United is still our biggest rivals.
Yeah,
So
I mean that's true. That's true.
to lock in to make sure we win.
Yeah, and then the other thing too is that I guess the conversation coming out of the game from the Liverpool side is about the free players again, right? Salah, Virgil, and Trent. And Salah, I think made another comment again about him leaving or something to that effect after the game. I saw Jamie Carragher saying that he don't agree with that because Virgil in the same situation and Virgil not saying nothing. Well, I mean, listen, everybody not the same.
I don't know. I feel like it's different for Virgil because I feel like Virgil will stay. I feel everybody calm on Virgil, and Virgil also not making as much money as Salah.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Virgil is the captain. I feel like that one a little more calm. But Salah, that's our main man.
Yeah.
I have no problem if there's a Salah question in the media and he come out and say, listen, the club have not offered me anything. So most likely in my last season, yeah, that's the honest truth from the man's side.
Yeah.
No problem with that. And if that put pressure on the club to offer him a contract, so be it.
Yeah, I think that is also negotiation strategy, right? If he want maybe another club to give him an offer, or he maybe looking to get to up the money. I don't believe that Liverpool haven't discussed anything with Salah. I think they just haven't maybe formally sat down, but I think they have to have been some type of informal, some type of conversation or something.
At least to find out what he want. A year, 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
But I think maybe the club on there and maybe using that as a tactic as well to make it keep him motivated. I mean, not that Salah need motivation to play well, but I think before Christmas we'll wrap up some of them contracts, man. Trent I'm not sure about, but Virgil and Salah I believe stay. Give him a deal with a third club option.
I mean, you think if a team like Real Madrid come in, they'll pay Trent more than all you would pay him? I don't know if they'll pay more. I mean,
they more.
Maybe he might get like a good sign on bonus because he's a free transfer.
Yeah.
But I don't know how does that work. Because they cannot get the same. So if they allow their contract to run out, let's say he allows his contract to run out with Liverpool, and then he re-sign with Liverpool, he can get this signing bonus from Liverpool.
He can.
But I guess the question is, will Liverpool want him to let the contract run out?
That's the thing. We will have, if they're gonna wrap him up, they have to do that before the January window open, where he can sign a pre-contract with somebody else outside of England. Yeah.
I mean, we'll see, man. I don't get the feeling that Trent gonna leave though. I get a feeling that he wants a decent contract, but I think he'll stay, especially seeing the fact that I think if Slaughter came in and you guys were struggling, then I think it would have been a tougher decision, because in his mind he would have said, boy, the team maybe have to rebuild and all that stuff. But the fact that you guys kind of punching, above where people expected you guys to be punching right now, I think that might be a factor too, because a lot of the guys you guys have, apart from, Salah is your main guy, but a lot of the guys you guys have are relatively young guys. They're not necessarily past their prime. You have Diaz, you have what's his name, the striker there,
Jota, Gakpo,
Jota, Nunes, Gravenberch, like all these guys are relatively young guys. You have Curtis Jones and all those guys. Yeah. And then Virgil, the type of defender Virgil is a man that maybe that can play another 2-3 years at the high level. He's not a guy that necessarily uses, he plays with his head more than anything. So, so I think Trent, might say, you know what, maybe I may not sign a 6-year contract. I can sign a 3 or 4 year contract.
Yeah.
Old is Trent, 25, 26?
Yeah, so 25, 26.
So then, yeah, he can sign a contract to like go to 29, right? And then he can, by the time he's 28, 27, 28, look to either re up or, if you want to move Liverpool to get something for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, looking at Madrid, Trent Trent starting Liverpool at 8 years old, boyhood club, win the Champions League, win the Premier League. I don't really know. I mean, he say he want to win the Ballon d'Or, but
Hmm.
historically, fullbacks don't really win Ballon d'Or. I mean,
Right.
I don't know his ambition, but I'm not seeing why Trent would need to go Madrid to achieve anything he want to achieve.
Yeah. But then again, Brad, I mean, to be honest, you have many situations where, like when you watch Gary Neville and them guys, not that people were coming in for Gary Neville, but I listened to Roy Keane, and Roy Keane always saying like one of the things that he regret was he didn't play overseas. He wanted to give himself a little chance to play overseas. And you
Yeah,
find a lot of the English guys nowadays are more willing to go overseas and play. So that could be another factor. And then plus, his boy Jude already in Madrid. That might
his boy
push
Jude
him a little
having a
bit.
terrible season as well. You have to. I always think
Yeah,
like Gerrard always maybe regret they didn't get like when Madrid coming for him, he maybe regret he didn't take a chance at the time, win some bigger
yeah.
trophies. But at the same time,
But
he be happy to know that he played for Liverpool is most of his top career and you check. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, I feel like it's almost like as if somebody was to pay you the money you're making now to work in Dominica, stay America, and make the same money. Like, what would you do? So,
True.
hey, we have Taj gonna join us here.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
Taj, go ahead. What is doing?
Yeah,
Okay.
my camera and my laptop giving me issues, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. What you saying?
Tell the
The,
people who you support. What club you support, Taj?
the Gunners, the best team in the world.
The Red Hot Gunners. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man. Yeah, man. North London forever. Yeah, man.
North London forever. So since you're an Arsenal fan, let's go to the Arsenal game now. We talk a little bit about Liverpool. So talk to us about your thoughts on the Arsenal and where they at.
I think it was a very dominant performance, you know? It was a very dominant performance compared to the performances we've had over the last, I would say, month and a half. I think this performance here was a very dominant one, you know?
Mm.
Um, if I have faith that we we going to win the league, that's a different conversation, right? Yeah, that's a no. No, I being honest. If I have faith that
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can win
yeah.
the league, it's a different conversation. If I have faith in the process, you know, that's a different conversation, you know. But it was a dominant performance, you know. Um, yeah, but not much faith really.
What what's
Not
the
getting
was it
carried
was
away.
it was it what are your thoughts on are you one of them Arteta in or Arteta out guys?
Straight out the door. You know,
So
get
so
him sacked,
if
get
you
him
don't
sacked today.
what do you think Arsenal missing this season? Like, all you go close 2 years in a row. What all you needed to kick on and go all the way this year?
Definitely a striker, right? Definitely a striker, 100%. You know, um, I would say as well we needed some cover for Saka on the right wing. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
I wasn't still in then.
Sterling. Boy, Sterling have to go right back where he come out. You know, wherever they pick up Sterling have to go right back where he come out.
Still
You
didn't play
know,
more than 10 minutes for the police so far in the year then.
no, when he played a full game in, what is it?
In the cup.
Wha- One of them cup games, you know. He played
Yeah.
a full game and still trash, you know.
Mm.
Still trash to be honest, you know. But I think we needed a left back as well. You know, Cali Fury, my I think he's good going forward, right? But I think defending the league a little too fast for him, man. As of right now, though, at
Mm.
least, you know, I don't have much
Mm.
faith in him. I think our best left back at it, maybe spend almost $200 million trying to replace our best left back, which is Kieran Tierney, you know.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
but it's
But
because
he but
Tierney
he
cannot
was
fit
he
his
was
system.
injured, right? He was
Yeah, but
injured a lot.
it's injuries. But if you look at the injury record, Zinchenko is statistically more injured than Tierney. You
Mm.
know. So I think there's some issue in the style of play that Arteta is trying to play,
Mm.
and Tierney cannot suit that system because Arteta is trying to get a left back to slot in the midfield. You know, Tierney is your more traditional left back. You know, he'll run down the flanks. He'll whip a crossing, you know. Tierney
Mm,
doesn't go in the midfield and do them kind of zago, you know.
mm.
But, you know,
you know,
I saw something today that said Gabriel Jesus has 20 goals for Arsenal, and the centre back Gabriel has 18. If you ask me, that man not a top striker. I don't know what he is.
well,
That's a problem.
well, yeah, well, we buy Jesus how much it was $50 million to be a number 9. You know, I mean, it's not a rocket science. Pep, Pep want to let go Jesus for a reason. You know,
Yep, yep.
Jesus is no good, man. Jesus is no good. You know, I find Jesus does want to hold on to the ball a little too much. You know, he does want to hold on to the ball a little too much. Yeah, like honestly, we don't have a striker. You know, Havertz for me even worse than Jesus. You know, I would. We give Manu a guy. I think the Martin guy. You know, young guy,
Yeah.
maybe 18 years old or whatever.
I think
I
he's
would have slot
17, yeah.
Mister into the first team instead of Havertz.
I mean, and good things are what me saying, but I mean, there's a lot of young players here and good things about, but we have to wait
Nah,
and see
nah.
what you have.
No, that young player, I've been hearing about him for like the past 2 to 3 years. You know, he's been up there in the goals at the youth level.
Or you
You
let
know. Ah,
even Tony go Saudi for 50 million. You could have picked that man up as
correct, correct.
in
And
goal.
playing if Havertz is playing with 10 men. You know, if we're being really fit, playing if Havertz is playing with 10 men. You know,
Hmm.
Havertz will not contribute anything. Apart from maybe getting something on his plate. But
Yeah.
Havertz doesn't really contribute. People talk about Havertz working hard. If we're looking for a man that working hard, if I'm looking for a man that ready to run like a horse, I'll just go in the championship. Best we just go in the championship and get a man, on a chip that ready to run like a horse. You know, don't come and tell me Havertz working hard and that's what he contributing. We can get
Yeah,
somebody lethal. I prefer going the championship. No, I've been real.
yeah, somebody
If we
chip.
talking,
Yeah, get somebody. Yep.
yeah, just go in the championship and get a man that running like a horse. Instead, don't come and tell me how it's working hard and that's what he contributing.
For the kind of money you paying for these players, you can't
Yeah.
working hard. Working hard is a is a
Havertz
is a prerequisite. That can't be
Or you
the reason you signing these
Havertz
guys.
almost 300,000 a week, I think. Havertz, if I correct.
Wow.
Gabriel Jesus say in an interview, scoring goals is not his strong suit.
Correct.
Can you imagine
But
that?
he,
Correct.
but he also said when he came to England, it was easy. England was easy.
Yeah.
So
It was easy.
yeah, you say when he first
Well,
came to England, I think he played a couple games, scored a couple goals. He said England easy. So you
listen,
know,
You have
Jesus Jesus spending 3 quarters of his time on his bum, sit down. Before you thought Jesus he falling down. That is why he's spending 3 quarters of the game.
you
Yeah,
have
man.
good
oh
strikers. You have good strikers lower in the
Facts.
table. I find sometimes
Facts.
the top clubs kind of look down on them.
They
Like
look down on them a lot.
Brentford have a player there, Wissa.
We
yeah,
sir.
Been scoring
Yeah.
goals for a couple of
He-
years now.
correct.
Nobody really looking at him to pick him up.
Nobody looking at him. You put Wisa in a team like Arsenal, he'll score goals. For
Yeah,
but
man.
sure.
bro, even the guy from Ipswich, Dilap, that man is a solid striker. That man put that
Facts.
man in work. And you're talking about hard work and all that stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like prerequisite. Like them players there, when you get them from them kind of teams and they come to the bigger teams, they're gonna give you that type of effort. They're
They'll
gonna
work
give
hard. They'll
you,
work hard. They'll work
they'll
hard.
work
They'll work
hard
hard.
because them
Yeah,
guys
man.
appreciate it more.
Yeah, man.
Unless
Them
it's the
guys
last
never
thing.
expect. They never expected to reach so far.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
you know.
And then and then
Then.
and then the other thing too is like you pick up
Mm,
a guy. Let's say you pick up a Dilap, even if you get him from let's say the championship, you
yeah.
you 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 get him from the championship and you bring him up. The kind of money you have to pay, the man may be making 20K a week. You double him and pay or something like that, triple him and pay. The man good, and you get him as a rotational player. So
Yeah.
yeah.
The question is, if
It
Slot
look
wins
like that.
the title,
Taj video go off there. Taj, you still there?
oh, look like he gone.
I right there, man.
Oh,
Nah, I right there. I was just
okay.
sending the
All
link.
right.
I just sending the link to somebody.
The,
All right.
the
Cool.
question is, if Slot wins the league in his first season,
What phase is he in?
what does that mean for Arteta?
So my question is, the question I've been asking a lot of fans is, we claim we in what phase 5? Some Arsenal fans saying phase 3, some
It's
saying phase 5, right?
This
So
five,
yeah, some saying
it's
phase
five.
5, some saying phase 3. So my question is, if Slot wins the league this season, what phase is Slot in?
Slot in his own world, Arteta in his own world.
because Arteta 5 years deep and 800 million deep. You know.
So inherit a squad capable of winning the league and he going after it.
Yeah, yeah. I see what you're
That means,
saying, but
and Arteta spent plenty money as well.
$800 million deep.
Yeah, every summer they backing him with what he want.
Correct. You know.
They
So
spent 80 on Declan Rice. That was one of his mates. Not 80, 100.
not over 100, man. Over 100. It was over 100. It was
That's what
105.
he said they needed that CDM to really kick on. And so right
Yeah.
now, he's supposed to deliver even if he's a cup
Yeah,
club. Some,
I'll be honest with you guys, and I was one of the biggest Arteta in guys, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, my fifth is at zero with Arteta, you know, because
But
why?
you
I
know, I'll give that to you, right? I always tell people because you know, for how we watch sports and we watch all kind of things, and you hear people dying on a hill, something that don't make no sense. Like you could support a coach, like I don't want to bring it back to my club, but when you hear a certain manager come in and you say, oh, he look good and all these things and he sound good, and you say, okay, no problem, I'll get behind him. But then
give him a
when the
chance.
evidence keeps showing you the same thing over and over and over again, if you keep saying to me that's just madness. At what
Yeah,
point
man.
are you gonna say, like we're saying, if Maresca look, Rajiv put a hot tick there. If Maresca finish above Teta this year and then
What
slot win the
phase?
league,
What phase is
you
Maresca
know,
in?
then what are we talking about?
Yeah, man. That's true.
And and that's
Yeah,
another reason why I always say, to me, the top teams in England, I'm talking about the traditional top six.
the top
To me,
six.
they're
Yeah,
never that far away from challenging. The
yeah.
right coach, couple good players,
That's it.
can change a club all the way. Like, don't get
All
me
the
wrong.
way.
I'm not saying you're gonna get a team that's gonna go from eighth to winning the league, but
Well,
I'm just
well,
saying,
well. Barring Tottenham, take Tottenham
no,
off that.
Tottenham will not win the league. Nothing. Maybe when we die or something, they'll win it. But
Yeah, man. Tottenham
you
will
know,
never win the league. No,
But
but
Tottenham will never
it's
win the
true.
league.
I maintain Arteta still is fit. That summer there, the priority should have been a man, somebody that can stick the ball in the net.
That is it. That is it.
I know they needed a little backup in midfield, but that Merino transfer, I don't see that
Yeah,
should have
listen, we go Real Sociedad and we buy Real Sociedad third best midfielder. I need
Hmm.
somebody to make it make sense. I trying for somebody to make it make a little like I trying to get the maths as to why did we go to Real Sociedad and
we
buy the
tried for
third
Zubamendi.
best. Huh?
We tried to sign Zubamendi and he turned us down.
Zubamendi is the best midfielder in Real Sociedad, right? And then who was there as well? Olmo was there?
No.
Ulmo,
Not Olmo.
Ul- Ulmo was in Germany, no,
Yeah,
Leipzig.
yeah. It
Yeah,
was Zuba Mendy, and who know that down there again.
there was
It have
someone
another,
else,
it have another top midfielder down there too, man. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Taj, listen, man. If you want, you can stay on with us. If you want, you can talk about other things. Let's move on to
Oh,
another game. Up to you.
yeah, man.
So,
Well, I make my debut, man. I'll, I'll join. I'll join the next time. But I was happy to
Yes,
make my
I.
debut. You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, man. We appreciate it, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely.
After all, yeah, man.
Yeah,
Respect.
man. Yeah, man.
After
Take
all,
it easy.
yeah, man.
All right. So let's go to another game that we had there. Chelsea. So I see in the chat we have a lot of Chelsea fans. We have some Chelsea fans and we have one that talking plenty tonight. Excuse
Yeah.
me. If Maresca finish above Arteta. So where Chelsea's in the table? Third in the table, level on points to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Same goal difference, actually. Wow.
Quite good way from where
Wow,
they
wow,
were last
wow.
season.
Yes. Chelsea's doing their thing. Chelsea doing their thing.
So
I see
much so
people on Talksport saying that Chelsea might challenge for the league.
man, so much so that they bring back some of their fans and leave them and to go City. Yeah.
Boy, them plastic fans, boy. Plastic fans. Boy, come there. Didn't bring no water, no, boy. Some
Yeah,
water.
but Chelsea doing well, man. Chelsea have a really good offense. Jackson, as much as he was criticized early on, he doing his thing. Midfield looking good. The defense is the only area they have a little bit of and they're a little shaky, but they playing well. Aston Villa,
Villa dropping like a hot stone, eh?
yeah.
But
Villa,
but but I think Chelsea now, it's one thing, right? I will say about Chelsea. When Maresca came in the summer and he said, he drew his line in the sand and he said, there are certain players I want and certain players that won't play for me. That's it.
yeah,
And a lot of people were saying, "Oh, how can he do that and all that stuff?" Jordy Line is stand with Sterling. Jordy Line is stand with some pellet. I always say, man, if you come into a club, that is your stance. Kind of like the same. Let's go back to Arteta a little bit. The same thing with Arteta and Aubameyang and those guys. You the new manager, you don't want those guys. The club have to back you. They bring you in, they have to back you. Don't worry about money. Don't worry about how much them guys getting paid. Because at the end of the day, if you fail, you the one, your neck is the one on the line. So I respect Maresca for that, saying that he want certain players, and now we may be seeing the results of the club kind of getting behind him and giving him a chance.
I'm not
You
so
know what I'm
sure
saying?
that those decisions was Maresca own though. I feel like the club created a mess and they had to clean it up. Still, he's on a lot of money and he older. He was going to be one of the first names they would want to they would want to shift. Conor Gallagher, I was kind of surprised by being a boyhood fan, come up through the academy. But he was one of those that they could sell and get like pure profit. He didn't owe any money for it.
Yeah.
He was always going to be one of the ones they would move on. I feel like they didn't really have a choice. But still, the manager had to come in and sort it out. They had over 40 players in the dressing room. They had to have separate training sessions. It looked like he stayed the ship.
Yep. I mean, to me, you have to give the coaches, because them guys under some serious pressure, man. These managers under some serious pressure going in. They have to perform almost from day one. 2-3 games on the bunks, not winning, and the fans. The fans' demands to me are sometimes unreasonable, in my opinion. But that's just that's the nature of fanhood, right? Everybody want their team to win and all that stuff. But Chelsea fans, call us in, man. Call in, and give us all the views on all the team. All you third in the table, sitting on 25 points after 13 games. So you guys are doing good.
Yeah, man.
Let me go to the next game. Next game I want to go over here. We had we talked about Wissa, Brad. So Brentford and Leicester.
Yeah.
Right.
Brentford went down early in that game and they come back for vengeance.
Yep. Yeah, Wissa had 1 goal and then you had a hat trick from Kevin Shade.
Yeah.
Boy.
I was hoping I get involved for fantasy.
Well, I had Mbeumo in my fantasy, and the man ain't got the man dance on Leicester. The man ain't got 1 goal now.
Yeah.
Another good performance, I guess, this weekend. I mean, if you want to call it a good performance, you had Justin Kluivert with a hat trick.
Justin
Kluivert. A hat trick of penalties. The first player to do that in the Premier League, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, where is Brentford in the table? Let me just see where Brentford is in the table. Brentford is currently 8th in the table and on 20 points. But that table tight.
Yeah.
Between second 13th is 7 points. Yeah. 7 points between second and 13th. So 7 points is two losses, and that's a fast swing.
Yeah.
Table tight. But I mean, only run away if it's on the top there. We need only to slow down a little bit.
I wouldn't say running away.
Remember for outside the table is only 9 points ahead. That 9 is 19 points.
I would just say Liverpool is the only club so far that have had consistency from the start to now. Although we lost a game in between.
That's true.
We're in a period of the season now where games come in quick.
Thick and fast.
So the table really going to start taking some shape as we go towards January.
Yes, December there. We have some football this week, as well. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Yeah. So the next game, I guess, we'll go to the United Everton game. We had that game played on Sunday, I believe, Sunday morning.
Dead rubber.
Dead rubber game, I think, man. Yeah, I agree with that. Everton lie down, we beat them. That's how it goes.
I mean, at the end of the day, Everton were poor, but you still had to do the job.
Yes. I think Rashford had 2 goals in that game, and Zirkzee had 2 goals in that game.
The revealing thing from these last 2 games for Man United there is how much bench that Ahmad was warming under the previous manager and seeing potential in him, man, and how he playing well.
But
And every time he had cameo appearances for the previous manager, he did well too, but he just couldn't get a run in the team.
the man couldn't get a run in the team, and you have to think about again the definition of insanity, in my opinion, of Ten Hag. Because Ten Hag bought Anthony. Anthony wasn't playing well, and Anthony kept playing, and you have to think, Ahmad is there, and every time the man comes the bench, I will say he's maybe the only player we have, including Bruno Fernandes, on the top half of the field, who almost seems to make the right decision with the ball almost every time. Only guy. All the rest of the guys, to me, they always seem to make, sometimes, every other time they make the wrong decision. I watch him play multiple times against better defenders, against better teams. He still always does his job as one of the attacking players. So that man name have to be the first name on the team sheet as far as I'm concerned.
Somebody comment that Man United Amorim first test is Wednesday.
Yes.
And United going to pass the test with flying colours.
I mean, listen, we'll see what we have. I mean, Amorim keeps saying that he trying to train with the guys, and obviously games coming thick and fast. But at the end of the day, that's the nature of the job, and you have to kind of work with it.
Yeah.
We're gonna be missing Kobe Mano, and we're gonna be missing who else? Somebody else is got a yellow card, I think it's Martinez, I think Martinez out with yellow card ban. So we'll see. I mean, Arsenal flying high. Arsenal has 10 goals in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
We'll see. No, not in the league. They had 5 against Sporting and they had 5 against West Ham.
Yeah. But I don't mean much. West Ham terrible. Sporting lose all their coaching staff. They even lost to a lower team in the league on the weekend. So that doesn't tell us much.
So, Henny, what about what about the United comments trigger?
We have a fan triggered in the comments there, boy. A particular fan doesn't comment when his team playing, but when my team play, he always
Hey, so yeah, man. I mean, we'll see. Let's talk a little bit about the fixtures coming up this week. See if I can go through them. So tomorrow we have some games. Let me just do this real quick. All right, tomorrow we have some games. We have Ipswich playing Crystal Palace tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we also have Leicester playing West Ham as well. Then Wednesday, Everton Wolves, City playing Forest. But wouldn't it be a nice Wednesday afternoon if Forest can beat City? Yeah?
And I think it will happen. Forest have some PC players there, Ilanga, them kind of guys there. I could see it happening, catching them on the counter. Especially
we'll see.
The way Pep go in there playing center mids on the wing and benching his wingers. I could see it.
Yeah, we'll see. Then we have City. You guys going away to Liverpool, to Newcastle.
It's a tricky one.
That's gonna be a tricky game because Newcastle, is a team. It's a little bit unpredictable, I find, this year. They played well in some games, and some games they haven't.
Yeah.
Chelsea away to Southampton. That should be a win for Chelsea, I would say.
You never know.
Well, you never know. Southampton gave you guys a good game. I mean, they gave you guys 2 goals. So Arsenal, United away to Arsenal. And then we have Brentford away to Villa.
That's a good game.
Yeah, Villa. What Villa? I think Villa 12th or 13th in the table, something like that. Yeah. They really drop in,
Struggling to balance the commitments in Europe, man.
The European games and the league games.
Yeah.
Then Thursday we have Brighton away to Fulham and Spurs away to Bournemouth. Bournemouth is on a high, boy. Bournemouth, where they are right now. Well, they had a good game, but they 13th in the table. And if they beat Spurs, they go above them actually.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out.
But big up to Brighton. Brighton having a great season, losing their manager. bringing in a guy that younger than some of the players. Brighton doing well. 4th in the
Right.
table. 23 points on the board.
Isn't their manager like 31?
Yeah, his manager younger than Welbeck.
Oh, that's something else.
Yeah, the man higher than City in the table. I mean, that's not saying much these days, but
So I see a partner say something there. So I just say that there. Let's go into a little bit of the fantasy discussion and see how we doing on fantasy.
Well,
free advice. Fix all your team.
I top of the table there as well. I top of the table everywhere.
Boy, G. Let me see what's going on there. Let me try to share that. Share the live. Let's see this 1 second. There we go. All right. Let me share that. All right. So let me go to leagues and cups. All right. So talk the Ting Sports League. Let's see what we have there. Let me make that a little bigger so everybody could see it.
Yeah, I took the league there.
So Brad you already cracked 800 points for the season, boy. Wow.
Fidel second.
We have Fidel second. Shiv in third. Wow. Boy, Henny P had a big week, boy. 100 points.
Week, yeah.
That's a massive points week, boy. Let me look at that team then, copy some of that team there. Let me see what's going on there. Who you captain there? Who captain Saka?
Palmer, Salah, Johnson, they all give big points.
Captain Saka, okay. That's how he was able to make up some points there. I'm scrutinizing your thing, Henny.
I've been encouraging these Arsenal fans to captain their players. Every week they complain about Salah. I tell them, captain their players. And you see it
All right, let's go down. Carolyn 5th.
Yeah,
Henny overtake you there. Yep, Henny overtake you. Damien Sorrento in 6. Brenton Hill 7.
You outside the top 10.
Picking 9, boy. I done with. I done in 100 points below real, but don't worry. This week I make it 100 points again. Make it up. Let me see Rajiv. Let's see what else we have there.
We don't have to focus on them fellas so far down in the table, man. They managed to step their game. Man, especially the number 22, Man Boy FC. With a name of a team like that.
But I have to give my partner credit because he was on the bottom of the table and he climbed it up.
Yeah.
I have to give my partner a good credit.
Yeah,
but
man.
Yeah, man. But I see league, guys. Fix all your team. All in already. In the woods of Suki. All in already.
Yeah.
Fix all the team. All right. So, I mean, so far, I guess the main talking point for the league is obviously Liverpool and their form and the lack of form from Man City.
Yeah.
City now on a 7.
I agree, Brad. I focus on them teams on the bottom. I have to press C more to see them teams. I have time for that.
So yeah, but I think on a 7-game on winless streak, 6 out of that 7 has been losses. So that that's a big deal there, boy. I feel like the more City keep sliding, Pep, I know he has all the credit in the bank. They won't fire him, but he'll be under a little pressure.
Yeah.
He'll be under a little pressure.
And that might cause him to make some tweaks. He like to experiment already. It might work, it might make it worse.
Well, listen, he's the man they say that can, make a big change in football, So we have to see what he have up his sleeve. We have to see what he have up his sleeve.
That Rico Lewis in midfield, Nunez on the wing type of business there. City going nowhere fast with that.
And Savinho and them guys, they haven't really come in and light it up too much.
Yeah.
But anyway. All right. I mean, I think that that wraps up our night. I think we we reviewed some of the key games and we talked a little bit about the games coming up.
Yeah.
You want to join that fantasy league? Let me see if I can give you the.
I think you'll have to join next year. It's a bit too late now for you to have any type of thing in that right now, fellas, in the hundreds of points already. But you can join.
Well, no, but I thought if you join, doesn't it just put you like wherever you how many points you have for the
Oh
year
yeah, if you're in there already.
if you're already in the thing.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can figure out how I can get
Yeah.
to
I'll send it to
join the
Gali.
league. All right, cool.
I'll send Gali the link. Yeah.
All right, well, yeah, we'll brother send it to you and join the league, man. Join the league.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's close it out. Thanks everybody for joining. Shout out to Taj for joining us on the live. We really appreciate it.
By next
We want
day when we're back, we'll have a lot of football to talk about. 2 game
oh
weeks.
yeah. 2 weeks, yeah, 2 week, yeah, between the weekend and the weekend. So the table might be flipped by them time, United might be in the top four by then. So we'll see how going on. But anyway, everybody, take it easy.
Yes,
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining.
Talk to you guys next week. Later.
Yes, I.